Today we're 3D printing and assembling Officer K's blaster from Blade Runner 2049. And this is a free 3D model that you can download and print, and there'll be a link in the description below to the original designer's work, and this is made by 3D Workbench. And this is actually quite a tough assembly because there's no instructions with this one. The best you have is to go watch a video and try and figure it all out. But we're going to start with the front, and this has some supports on it that help it to print properly. And once we removed all of them, we're going to start putting this together. And I've got an idea for the paint job here. We're going to do a silver underlay. Then we're going to put matte black on it, but at an angle so it doesn't get all the depths. And hopefully that means we'll have a nice kind of silver look underneath in the kind of crevices. But the rest will be matte black. And then I'm going to clear coat the whole lot after that. So hopefully it's going to end up looking really cool with a nice bit of depth to the whole thing. But here's our silver, of course, looking quite nice actually, and honestly might look quite good in that. But then we've gone with the matte black over the top of that, and I'm quite happy with it. You'll see at the end, I think it comes out looking pretty amazing. We've also done the handle here in a kind of, not quite wood, but trying to get a kind of feel that it's made of something other than your traditional plastic. And obviously, well, want a nice contrast between the two elements. So of course, we've got a metal feel and a more plasticky, woody feel for the rest of it. Now this is the bit that confused me for quite some time, was how the heck this went around. I had to watch the video to figure it all out. But you can see here the handle part, the top of the handle part goes into that kind of slot there. And the great thing is you do have this cross beam or support beam going along the entire middle, and that helps put this together without it kind of being off center. So we put this bit in the back, then we put this bit here, and then we go ahead and we glue the whole lot together. And as a result, we now have quite a good base to work from. And overall, this is an excellent model and a nice prop from the movie. I've got to say, it's very cool. And then once this is glued up, you can start putting all the different parts in it, and this thing really starts coming together. So you've got this piece here, which has an angled part to it, which will fit into the main body. And then you've got the other piece that also goes on top of that. And make sure, of course, you get them all the right way around, because they've got slots on the other side that are going to go in. Now, this could have been keyed with this center beam so that they could only go in, like, you know, certain directions. So it'd be harder to put them in the wrong way around, because I could easily see someone getting confused and putting one of these upside down quite easily. But now we can go back to the front and we can prep it for attaching. So at this point, we've got a rail underneath. So we're now going to attach these two other pieces. And this is kind of difficult because, of course, they're two separate parts. So I decided to glue them together first and then very quickly glue them on to the bottom so that hopefully I can get it all aligned properly without any issue. And I did make sure I put plenty of glue on this because I wanted this part to definitely be nice and secure. But definitely a little bit fiddly, but we get there. Also, the top rail you'll see on there as well, you can print that off and then it kind of clips in, but I decided to make it a little bit simpler to print. That was the only bit I had issues with. Then we got our handle. This has two pieces that get kind of wedged into the top here, and just add a little bit of glue and they ain't going anywhere. Now, the worst part I think is about this attachment to the other parts is the top of this is just a flat piece that fits onto the other piece later. And that's probably the overall weakest point of the 3D print, but the rest of it I think is sensational and looks really good. Nice and easy to assemble once you kind of figure out the orientations of everything, and it looks brilliant. And now that we're pushing the main body parts together, all we have to do is add the handle and we are done. And I think this thing's looking really quite good and I'm very, very happy with it. Now we're adding 3 additional pieces, and there's also 2 other fins you can put on the very top as well that I decided not to bother adding. But you can see we've got 1 under here and we got 2 more up here in those slots that we created earlier by putting those pieces together. And I don't actually know if I've got these ones round the right way. I went, you know what, I'm not going to refer back. I'm going to go for it and hope. So 50-50 chance that these are actually the right way round. But it could easily be, of course, 50% chance that it's the wrong way around. But we add them on, glue them up, and we're now getting to the point of putting the handle in place. and then we'll be finished, all done. So we got these two pieces now, and I think this is the weak point of the model overall, because you'll notice when we connect this up that we just got one flat plane that glues up to the actual handle, and if you're going to use this as, say, a toy, that's where the weak point would be, and I think it would be nice if there was just something else in there just to give it a bit more rigidity, maybe even something that kind of like with the front brace you have all the way through the body. It'd be kind of nice if there was some sort of brace that went all the way through the handle as well and into the body to give you a nice overall rigidity to the entire thing. But certainly I decided to go with quite a lot of glue here just to make sure it was secure as I could possibly get it. You've also got this little wedge piece as well here that connects the two sections together too. So I went for plenty glue to make sure hopefully this thing's going to stay together long term. And we are pretty much done. Added some bands on to add some pressure. And then, yeah, I just held it till it was solidified. And then I left the bands on just to keep that pressure in place. And this is now our completed toy from Blade Runner 2049, an absolutely awesome replica from the prop in the movie. And I'm really happy with how my paint job came out. I think I'm actually starting to get a little bit better with the paint jobs, and I think this is quite a stunning little piece. It's not perfect. I think there's a few tweaks that could be done, but overall, considering it's a free model and you can just go download it and print out yourself, I think this thing is a 10 out of 10. And you got a lot of options here to do different kind of paint jobs and looks. And yeah, sensational.